Agents of s.h.i.e.l.d. featured incredible talent like Adrianne Palicki, but despite her popularity as Bobbi Morse, the actress left after just 2 seasons, but for very good reason. Marvel and DC have been creating TV shows for decades, but when the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, began taking off, Marvel Studios began to turn its attention to TV. Initially, Marvel Studios operated under a very different structure to Marvel Television, and when the two did decide to combine under one banner, many popular Marvel TV projects ended. However, Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. was one of the lucky few that got to run for an incredible 7 seasons. The series initially had an inseparable connection to the MCU, with the show being built around Clark Gregg's agent Phil Coulson, but when the studios failed to acknowledge the series, AOS began to exercise its freedom more overtly. However, along the way, there were big plans to start spinning out a universe on the TV side of things too, which connects to Palicki's departure from AOS. Adrianne Palicki left Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. Season 3 for a Marvel spin-off show. Marvel's Most Wanted was set to be the start of a Marvel TV expansion. Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. began to really hit its stride in Season 2. The huge reveal about Grant Ward was a blow to the team, Sky was searching for answers, and the show was going strong. At this point, they decided to introduce Palicki as Bobbi Morse, a mysterious and highly skilled agent whose codename is Mockingbird. For fans of the comics, this was a huge moment, and for those who only followed the show, Bobbi was an incredibly compelling new character on the team. She became integral, and in some ways filled the gap that Ward had left behind. However, her time on AOS was cut short when her character was written out in an incredibly definitive way as she was disavowed. Despite the sudden goodbye, there was actually a plan behind this curveball on the show. Bobbi and her ex-husband, Lance Hunter, were due to star in an Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. spin-off series called Marvel's Most Wanted. The series would have followed Lance and Bobbi on the run, and in order to ensure they couldn't just call for help, AOS gave them an ending that meant they would be forced to go out on their own. As a result, just to shoot the pilot for this new series, they needed to leave AOS. Why Marvel's Most Wanted was cancelled? Marvel's Most Wanted ended up on the shelf. Initially, ABC wanted to expand their Marvel TV offerings, considering the MCU was exploding in popularity, and AOS had taken off. They pushed for a pilot to be made for Marvel's Most Wanted, but when they eventually saw the script and pilot, they decided it wasn't as unique or strong as they had hoped. ABC did say that they were happy for Marvel to shop it around and see if another network was interested in picking it up, but it's clear from the results that this never took off in the end. At the time, Marvel TV had found success with Daredevil on Netflix, AOS was being renewed for a 4th season, and the studios were busy juggling several other projects that they had in the pipeline. So, despite shooting a pilot, the series never moved beyond that early development stage, and Adrianne Palicki was already exploring other options. Fortunately, with her considerable talent and her excellent run on AOS, Palicki was able to land on her feet and move beyond the Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. spin-off. Why Adrianne Palicki never returned to Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. after Season 3? Bobbi Morse was never seen again on Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. Aside from the fact that the writers and the audience for AOS would have had to jump through several hoops to undo the character of Bobbi Morse's departure in a satisfying way and bring her back, Palicki did manage to find other work quickly. While she played an incredible supporting cast member in AOS, with some prominent storylines and a pivotal role, Palicki went on to land a leading role in The Orville. This sci-fi epic comedy series was a new creation by Seth MacFarlane, who created beloved adult comedy shows such as Family Guy, American Dad, and Ted, and now moved on to create what was essentially a Star Trek parody at s.h.i.e.L.D. Palicki has appeared in every episode of the series to date, and with rumors of The Orville Season 4 potentially coming, this remains one of the biggest priorities in Palicki's career. Despite The Orville getting off to a rocky start in terms of reviews for Season 1, the show had glowing reviews for Season 2, resulting in a 100% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, and 94% for Season 3. And the audience score consistently had high rankings, revealing that ultimately, Palicki walked away from AOS on a high. How the MCU could bring back Adrianne Palicki's Bobbi Morse. The multiverse saga could bring back everyone from Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. The latest developments in the MCU have revealed that in the multiverse saga, anything is possible. While this has led some fans to be frustrated with a lack of consistency or quality in the projects, when handled right, such as was seen in Deadpool and Wolverine, the multiverse can be a magical place. For Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D., the show and the MCU parted ways a long time ago, but there is potential for the impending crossover projects in the multiverse saga to bring back some fan-favorite characters, such as the stars of AOS, and Palicki in particular.